Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is a bit of a different one this week, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed filming this one this week, so I'm hoping that you will like it. I set myself a challenge of creating some ready meals at home so that I'm not tempted to get a takeaway during February. And what I mean by ready meal is that I've got the bulk of the meal done, and so the rest of it is very little preparation before I get my tea. And so this is this. So I armed myself with a shopping list and a vague idea of how much things would cost and how much it would come to. I went to Sainsbury's because I was near there anyway, so I didn't want to waste any petrol driving somewhere else. But to be fair, as you'll see, I'm pleasantly surprised by the total cost and just how many meals this is going to hopefully make me by the end of this. So let's go food shopping. So this is my entire shop from Sainsbury's, and I went there only because I was nearby anyway, so it made sense to go there rather than waste more petrol going somewhere else. But I'm really pleasantly surprised at how much this cost me. So my meals for these are, so there's going to be a curry, bean and veg chili, spaghetti bolognese, and fajita burritos. So I've got obviously chopped tomatoes for those things. These beans in tomato sauce, mixed beans in chili sauce I've not seen before, so I'm hoping that they're not too spicy. It does say mild though, so we'll go with that. Butter beans, so the chili is going to be butter beans, those mixed beans, the sweet potato as well in there, and obviously some chopped tomatoes. I've got chicken thigh fillets. They're going to be, half of those are going to be for the fajitas and half of them is going to be in a chicken and veg curry. Beef mince for the spaghetti bolognese. And then I've got mushrooms. This pack of 4 peppers was only £1, which I thought was really good considering that 1 pepper was 50p. And then I've got frozen spinach because that was cheaper and also it's easier to manage. So I'm going to add some of that to the chili, some of that to the spaghetti bolognese sauce and some of that to the curry as well. And then I bought them some extra virgin olive oil because I actually needed some, but I wanted to show that you can get ingredients like that and it not kind of break the bank as well. But I'm really, so this is 4 different meals here, and each meal that I cook should do at least 4 portions for me. So I'm really excited to get started with making these so that I can put these in the freezer and kind of have my own stash of meals. But I thought I'd share the price with you. So the cost of all this together, bearing in mind it's going to make that many meals, was £24.70. Now, the only thing that I'm going to use from my store cupboard is obviously salt and pepper, but I'm also going to use rice because I feel like rice is a thing that everybody has in their cupboard and I've got loads of it. I've got a massive jar full of rice. So I'm going to use rice I'm going to make the fajitas into burritos. So I'm going to add rice into the wraps basically. And obviously the chili's going to go with rice. Oh, and spaghetti. I've got spaghetti for the spaghetti bolognese. Again, I feel like spaghetti is something that people laugh in. And if I wanted to add this to this, a packet of spaghetti, the basics range is like 20p. So that would still make it under £25. So I feel like this has been a really, really good shop there. And I'm really excited to get started. So let's get cooking. So I've got my onions and carrots cooking for my spaghetti bolognese. I'm going to chop some mushrooms as well and then put the mince in. So I'll show you, I think, again, once everything is in there. Here we go, so I've got everything in there now, so I'm just gonna let that cook away for a bit until it's all ready. Tell you what, it smells really good already and it's not even cooked. But yes, this is my spaghetti bolognese all blipping away there really nicely. So yeah, I'll show you when it's done in a bit. And this is it sometime later. I think this is going to do me 5 portions, which is really good considering then if I'm having it on like a night when I get home from work, all I then need to do is just pour some spaghetti dough in and it's done. So that's meal number 1 completed. So I thought I'd quickly show you the end result. So I've got 4 portions for the freezer and then 1 portion for tea tomorrow. So that's 4 meals for me. And actually they're quite big portions, so I might even split them further. Can't decide, but that's the spaghetti bolognese done. And I'm pleased with that as a starting point. So meal number 2 is the sweet potato and bean chilli. So you can see I've got 2 peppers, a sweet potato, onion, garlic, mushrooms. I've got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, that tin of mixed beans in mild chilli sauce, and we'll see how that goes. And then butter beans in water. And I'll add the chilli seasoning, the salt and pepper once I've chopped all this. So let's get cooking. My slow cooker's already on and warming as well. So yeah, let's get cooking. So this is all the veg added into the slow cooker before I put in the beans and the tomatoes and the seasoning. I'm pretty happy with how colourful that looks actually. So yeah, let's get the next bit done and then I'm going to leave it on low for about 6 hours or so. I'll check it after 6 hours. So this is what it now looks like with all the beans and the tomatoes added in. So I'm just going to leave that, like I said. I'll check after 6 hours. It might need slightly longer for the sweet potato. Yeah, that's it. That's how simple that was. So that's meal number 2 out of all these ingredients done. So next up is the chicken fajitas, or the chicken fajita burritos. So I've got 2 onions, like really small red onions, 2 red peppers, and a handful of mushrooms. And then over here, I've got the chopped up chicken as well. So let's make a start on this. So my chicken fajita mix is just cooling now, it's done. I'm going to start to cook the rice then to assemble those later once everything's cooled down. And now I'm going to make a start on the chicken curries. I've got the chicken chopped up here, and then I've got my veg chopped here. I'm also going to put frozen spinach in this curry because I quite like it, and also it's just another vegetable, isn't it? So if I can get as many in there as possible, that's good. I've got that mound of veg scraps for the compost bin, and then that's the chilli bubbling away in there nicely. So yeah, let's get on with the curry. So I've now got my curry blipping away there. The fajitas stuff is cooling down. I've got the rice on for that. So I'm going to let this cook for a bit, and then I'll add the spinach in a bit. But I've done the cooking part, as in the preparation. I just need to let it sit for a while, then cool down and pack up. So yeah, I'll show you in a bit once I put the spinach in, because it goes a lovely green colour as well. Now, I didn't buy the rice as part of my kind of total. And the only reason for that is that I have this big bag of rice here, and this wasn't expensive at all. And I'm just going to use that for rice to go with the chili, rice to go with the curry, and rice to go in the burritos. So yeah, it didn't cost very much. So if you're going to add it on to the total bill, it wouldn't make much difference. But I've got this in the cupboard anyway, so it seems silly not to use it. So this is the final curry. It's just finished cooking. I'm just going to let that cool as well. And then I'll put everything into containers and show you at the end and reveal just how many portions of food I've managed to get from my, what I feel is quite a small budget. So this is the curry portioned into 5 portions. And this is the chicken and veg curry. So it's chicken, broccoli, spinach, and obviously curry sauce. It smells amazing. So that's the second lot of meals done. So the spaghetti bolognese did me 5 meals. This has also done me 5 meals. I'm now going to kind of set up an assembly line to do the burritos, and I'll show you that once I've finished. I've actually managed to make 8 of these chicken fajita burritos. That's 8 meals for me. So I'm really pleased with that. That's made more than I thought they would. In fact, I've got way too much rice left over because I can never get the amount of rice right anyway, and a tiny bit of the chicken. But yeah, so I've got 8 chicken fajita burritos there. So this is what the chili looks like now it's all portioned up. So this has made 8 portions of the chili as well. So I've made in total 5 portions of spaghetti bolognese, 5 portions of the curry, 8 burritos, and 8 portions of chili. So I've made 26 meals for myself here, which will hopefully stop me wanting a takeaway. So there you have it. I have successfully made all those meals for me to have in the freezer. And yes, I didn't include the rice and the spaghetti, but if you buy basics or a basics range of rice and spaghetti, it's really not a lot. And I showed you the rice that I've been using from the store cupboard. I'm so pleased with that, and this would really help me to keep on track during the month of February, because when I am just cooking for me or feeding myself and not my children, I quite frequently can't be bothered, and so end up getting a takeaway. But this should put a stop to this, and like I said, I've really enjoyed the process. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. Do you like what I've made? Is there anything you would change with all of that? Let me know down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.